All right. I have never done this before, so bear with me as I work things out. But if anyone ends up watching this or is watching this, hello and welcome to this random spontaneous live stream that I decided to do because I realized that I actually have to completely recreate a mural that I already designed, and I don't know what I did with the original Illustrator file, so kind of bummed about that. But this is an opportunity for me to share with you guys how I created this in the first place, and a little bit into what that workflow would look like. So this is the finished mural. Ta-da! Super great, right? But I don't know where the file is. The original file is, so none of this is editable. This is just a flat JPEG. So I am just going to recreate this from scratch. I have about 45 minutes before I have to hop off for a little event that I'm that I'm going to join in. But I figured this would be 45 minutes well spent with you guys. And if anyone has any questions or if you just want to watch me work, that's great. I guess I'll check the chat periodically, but okay, first I am just going to name this layer, I mean, usually I'd name it something like sketch, but I'll just call it mural JPEG. And then I'll just drop this opacity down. Can you tell that I'm bummed about this? The good thing is that I don't have to completely recreate every single thing because I do have some elements I have saved from other versions that just weren't the final version. So I do still have some of this lettering here, which is pretty great, that I don't have to redo that. So it's not a total loss, but it is a little annoying. So where should I start? I think I'll start with, I guess, getting the wording in place. So I'm pretty sure that this font is Avenir next, heavy. I don't know if you've noticed maybe from my thumbnail designs, I use this typeface a whole lot. So yeah, that looks to be the right one. So we need the word tomorrow. That doesn't look big enough though, so just increase that. Let's check if anybody's here. All right. Oh, that's okay. Okay. So I've got tomorrow. So the plan for this is I would love to gift this mural to a nonprofit or a small business in my area. I put it out on Twitter because one of my big goals is to start mural projects this year. I got a lot of great support and feedback. So we'll see what happens. I will keep you guys posted. But between me and you, I haven't painted a mural or done large scale painting in a very long time. So what I'm going to end up doing is painting this in my bedroom on my wall. So behind me is a big old blank wall, and I'm going to use that. So yeah, that's the plan right now. So basically, I guess I could call this layer text or lettering. Sure. Basically, what I did for this was I just used a basic envelope So if you go to, go here. If you go to envelope distort and you go to make with warp, so you have all these different shapes, right? So I'm pretty sure I use the rise shape or something similar to that. Like you can see that's kind of bending in a way that's kind of similar. I also may have used flag and I just don't remember. Yeah, it actually looks more like flag. Okay, that's starting to come together. Now, before I solidify that, it actually looks like this text is a bit too heavy. So I think I might have just used bold instead of heavy. So let me just change that. Okay, we're gonna do that again. Go to flag. Oh, okay, I have starts. Oopsies. Sloppy selection on my part. Mm, 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 mm. It just defaults to the first selection, so like it's really weird. Um, okay, okay. Now, the angle for the word better isn't quite the same, and maybe tomorrow could be a little bit bigger. So let me see what it'll let me do about that. And also, these words are starting to run into each other, so I don't want that to happen. It's kind of hard a little bit trying to retrace my steps, sort of where I was with this piece, because, it's like I probably manipulated this so many times and I just don't even remember. It took me a really long time to come up with this design in particular. So okay, that doesn't like line up perfectly, but I'm gonna continue and try out this bottom one. This one seems okay. I mean, did I use flag for this one or did I use rise for this one? Or did I manipulate them completely separately? No, they really look like they were manipulated together. They kind of look like well, it kind of looks like a rise. Maybe it is. Blend. I'm sorry. Envelope, distort, make with warp. Okay, that looks a lot closer actually. It's still the word today. It doesn't look as close. Let me see what size this one is at because I just want to make sure 695. And let me double tap in here. 695. Okay. For me, I'm just double checking that everything is where it's supposed to be because it's really easy to lose track of things like text sizes and stuff. Okay. Oop. Okay. Oop. Like this is way, way, way off. I wonder how I manipulated that. Let me see if I can. Starts seems okay. So let me pull. Look at that. Okay, let me undo this then. Undo, and release this effect. Every time you release it, it like makes the little shape of what it used to look like. I don't know why, but it's a thing. Maybe I rotated it slightly because even that actually looks really close, actually, even before further manipulation. So maybe it was just starts that had. Maybe it was. It's all very strange. And maybe it's just slightly bigger. That's pretty gosh darn close. Um, okay, I'm pretty happy with that actually. Um, this one I think I'll do over though again, like I just did the other one, because I think I could get it closer, and I think it might just be a difference between rotating this slightly, like I just did the word today, and also, yeah, like just just rotating it slightly seems to have fixed it a little bit. I know. I'm that person, yes, who throws things into the ether outside of their artboard. Let me know if you're also that person. Let's see. Okay. Okay, let's try manipulating these individually. Because I'm paranoid, I want to double check my point size again. So now it's 773. So, because like when you scale just like randomly, like I said, it's like super easy to lose track of point sizes. So, oh, I didn't copy. Let me see. I would like to copy that. No, please undo. Copy. Okay. Okay. That's the right size for that. And I will copy that point size for the A as well. That'll be that. Okay. So let's try doing a separate envelope distortion for each one. Okay, flag is looking weird, so no. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, okay, let's try it for this one. Make with warp, make with mesh. Okay. Because flag makes it, gives it two. No, that's definitely not it. Okay, let's see. I've obviously done this too far. Hmm. 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 No, 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 no. Definitely not distorting the text like that. Oh goodness. Okay, that definitely is not correct. Yeah, it's definitely not flag, and it's not. No, let me see. Oh, it actually just sort of has a. It's like a normal sweeping arc shape, actually. So it actually might be closer to something like a. Okay, not an arc upper, maybe an arc lower. Nope. Arc is way too like. Yeah. Yeah, no. Those distortions are not good. Okay. I'm going to hit OK. I know that this isn't spot on. The word tomorrow is not spot on to what I had before, but oops, but we are kind of getting there ish. So let's keep going. Okay. So the basic lettering down. The next thing we have are a bunch of florals. So, like I mentioned, it's not a complete loss because I was able to salvage some shapes from earlier versions. So it's not all having to be redone. Okie dokie. Also, these flowers each have us like a little line through them, so I actually will have to modify these. So I guess I'll just do that right now. So the only other thing I'd have to do is reassign the colors. So let me just give this a black stroke. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 petals. So let me do, because I'm not good at math, 360 divided by 8. Perfect. 45 degrees. Okay, I have to make sure that that's centered to my object. And a few points thicker. I don't think they went up that high. That's pretty okay, I guess. I'm kind of thinking also like, okay, this is supposed to be a mural. How much do I actually want to like paint and can I actually realistically execute? Um, so that'll be an interesting challenge for me. To repeat this stroke line, once I set that degree, I just hit Command D, and that is a quick repeat function. I learned that back in college, and I have used it ever since. So this has also 8 petals. I guess I knew what I was doing there, because we don't want to have to divide by weird numbers and make weird angle numbers. So I'm just making sure that this is in the center. And hitting copy. Boom, 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 boom. And there you go. Wonderful. Okay. I have my 2 main flower shapes, so let's start throwing these in, I guess. I'm going to temporarily turn off my lettering layer because that'll kind of get in the way. Ooh, I see what I did. Okay, so I have some that have like a double, I guess, where I rotated this main shape and created like an extra layer of floral. So that's cool. I will come back to that. Let me know if you're really into if you're into murals, if you've done a mural, if you are an admirer of murals. 'Cause I personally love them. And there are so many in my neighborhood in Brooklyn. So there's actually some really, really nice ones, like not just like, like very hyper realistic detailed murals. And not to merit any style over another, but it's just interesting. And I'm like starting to think in my mind in terms of like, how would someone transfer that? Like, I wonder how they transferred that design, like from a practical standpoint, because when it comes to mural design, it's a lot of logistics. It's like, okay, what can I actually physically produce? Um, I understand that everything isn't like hand painted all the time, but I know a lot of people, a lot of my peers will sometimes they just order, sometimes the client will let them order their mural designs as just a big piece of adhesive vinyl and they call it a day. They factor an install team into their cost. Boom. Don't even have to get on a ladder. But I really do want to be skilled um, in creating my own murals. Like I want to be on both sides of the table. It's interesting because I used to, in my other job, I used to be a graphic designer. I'm still a graphic designer. But in my old 9 to 5, I worked a lot with an install team because we would always have artwork going up and promotions and stuff like that. So it was always interesting watching them work and install pretty much everything and anything that our hearts desired. Have you ever tried applying a piece of vinyl, uh, like a vinyl adhesive mural? No air bubbles? That is a skill, a true skill. That is very hard to master. Pretty much every time I have tried to do it, well, most of the time, depending on how big it is, it's very hard. But the cool thing is that anything can be learned. And once you learn it, it's just a matter of repetition. And with repetition comes mastery. So, yeah, that's that. Okay, so this was just a lot of copying and pasting, which is fine. Like I said, I have no idea. Like, I'm so proud of this design. I have no idea why I would ever not save this file. Actually, now I say that, I'm going to save this file right now because I'm super paranoid about losing this again. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Pathfinder menu and just unify this shape really quickly. Yeah. So now it's just one closed shape because I don't want. Oh, I guess in unifying my shape, let me do that again. In unifying my shape, I swelled up the center of the flower, so that explains why it turned black. Let me go back. Okay. Yeah, those were grouped together. Okay. Okay. Boom. Great. Okay, so boom. Now let's throw another color back there. So there's some distinguishing difference between the two color flowers and the non-two color flowers. Actually, it would serve me well to just draw the leaves now before I start copying those over. Okay. I'm just throwing these in quickly. I guess I just did a basic. These are the lines. And it looks like there is a tapered stroke. Let me just rotate this so it's kind of easier for me to see. So basically I just make little V's, just copy them and then manipulate the points around down this little line here. The great thing about, being able to vector your work is that you'll be able to scale it infinitely. So if I need to ever redesign this mural for a slightly smaller wall or something like that, I will be able to. So I am not making the same mistake twice by losing this file. Okay, I'm just selecting all my strokes now, and I'm just going to go to, with profile 1, make this kind of tapering effect. I'm just going to rotate that down, push it behind my flower, and Alt O will bring up that rotation menu slash making an exact copy of whatever objects you have selected. Alt drag to make a copy. And drag. Okay. Okay, so the florals are pretty much in place. So I'm just going to do the dots really quickly because they're super simple. They're just literally little circles. I won a scholarship to take a mural course by Lauren Hom. She's a lettering artist and illustrator and designer. And she has this really great mural course that I guess I'll link down below whenever this goes up. But yeah, it is what is enabling me to kind of kick things into high gear. I want to be conservative, but at the same time, I want to be aggressive and ambitious because this is something I really want for my business this year. So I am determined to make it happen. All right, so next we are going to, let me see, I've got about 10 minutes left. So I'm going to do the little animals because it's like butterflies and birds and all this stuff. Okay, so let me switch this to the stroke. So just nothing quite like having a good vector technique down. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with that. That's fine. And I think, truth be told, I think I might have just scaled down the wing. Yeah, the wing is just the body scaled down slightly. So, time saver. So let me just quickly save this in one color, save this in another color. These aren't the real colors. Don't be afraid. I just need to throw these in so that I can basically have placeholders for everything. And I've got a few birds. Whatever. Just a color. Okay. So bird 1. Bird 2. Okay, then I have butterflies. Telling you guys, I want to say I agonized over this design, but like it took me an oddly long time to first get this together, which may have led to perhaps me being a little careless maybe towards the end because I had done so many versions at that point that I just kind of was like, please. I finally got this kind of looking okay. Like, let it be over soon. I wanted to, I did enter it into a public art, like a call for art thing or whatever. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't selected. So, because no one got in contact with me. So, as far as I know. So I'm just gonna make this darker color so I can tell on top and what's behind, like the first set of wings and the second set of wings. Not like that far apart. Pretty sure I just probably used, yeah, a rounded rectangle tool for the body. It's like really, really basic. There's like a lot of already pre-built in features in Illustrator that help a lot. with that. So you don't really truly have to create every single element from scratch. There's a lot of cool features and stuff that'll make the work go a lot faster. I hope everyone has had and is having a great day and week. Thank you to everyone who supports my work and my channel in some way. You guys are rock stars, wherever you are tuning in. Mm. Oh, okay. And then I just have a B left. Yeah, okay. I just have a B. So I'm going to finish this B, and then I'm going to be done for right now. So let's finish this up. Let's finish that up. It's probably a little bit lumpier than I like. Bees are yellow. Or are they all yellow? I don't know, actually, if that's a fact. I'm just kind of saying that because it's what they teach us, I guess, or taught us growing up. But are all species of bees the same? Who's to say? I'm going to make a clipping mask quickly so that the stripes will stay within the shape of the body of the bee body. Mm-hmm. And it's got his little eyeball. I think I gave him like a little bee stinger. And little bee wings. So got that point. Alrighty. Okay. Something to the effect. I definitely put a stroke on these wings though to help sort of visually separate them. Something like that. Okay. So this is where I'm landing for right now. I've got all the florals, all of the animals, and the little interspersed dots. I will be working on this again soon to finish it up. So stay tuned for an inevitable part 2 of this video. Thanks for watching. If you would like to support my channel, hit subscribe if you're new here. Share the video with a friend if they're interested and curious about lettering, digital art, freelancing as a creative. I cover all those topics in weekly videos on this channel. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.